So let's go to page 97. Let's first take a second and look at our vocabulary. This is very important as you go into the test. You need to know the difference between these properties. Number one, numbers that are easy to use for mental computation are called compatible numbers. Let's get me switched over there. Compatible numbers. Number two, the blank states that multiplying the sum by a number is the same as multiplying each add-in by the number and then adding the property. So which property are we talking about here? And that's the distributive property. Number three, the blank of multiplication states that when the order of the factors is changed, the product is the same. That is your commutative property. Make sure you have those definitions written down. Now let's practice. Let's apply what we've learned this week in some of our problems. All right, for 4 and 5, they want us to complete the pattern. So let's just start there, okay? So we have 6 times 5. That's our basic fact. 6 times 5 is 30. We know that. So now we're going to go a little bit further. We're going to look at the patterns that we see. We have 6 times 50. Well, we know that 6 times 5 is 30. And then we're going to add a 0 because we have 50. So 300 is our answer. 6 times 500. Still have 30. 2 more zeros, we have 3,000. 6 times 5,000, our basic fact is still 30, and then we're going to add 3 zeros, and our answer will be 30,000. Now let's look at this with division. We're still looking for the patterns that we see. 56 divided by 8 is 7. 560 divided by 8, let's go back to that basic fact. We still know that 56 divided by 8 is 7. We're going to add a 0, and that will equal 70. 5,600 divided by 8 is still our basic fact of 7, and we're going to add 2 zeros. Now, at the bottom, it wants you to name the strategy or tool that you will use to solve the problem. Explain your choice and then find the answer. So here's where you have to tell me the tool that you use, or what strategy did you use? Did you look at the patterns in the zeros? What did you see happening there each time? All right, let's look at 6 and 7. Use place value and patterns to find the product or the quotient. So we have 7 times 300. We're going to go back to our basic facts. We need to look at that basic fact of 7 times 3, and that's 21. And then we're going to add 2 zeros. You have 2,100. Now let's look at number 7. 2,400 divided by 6. Let's look at that basic fact. We'll say 24 divided by 6, and that is 4, and then we add 2 zeros, and our answer is 400. Now, what I'd like for you to do is I want you to complete 98 on your own. Okay, complete 98 on your own. Take a picture of that and upload it, and I'm going to be looking to see that you got your answers correct. Make sure you take a picture close enough that I can actually see the answer. Some of you are taking your pictures a little too far away from your camera, and I can't see them very well. So it's really hard for me to check your work. Remember, if you have any questions, you can ask them in Google Meet. We can set up a separate time to do an individual Google Meet, or you can send me an email. I try to respond to those as soon as I can. So get to work on page 98 and send that to me for your assignment today.